everybody, welcome back to another video, and in today's video we're going to be doing part 2 for what if Naruto had time warp. So school is starting for me, and I don't know whether this is going to decrease or increase my productivity. Like, on one hand, I'm going to have more time when my little brother isn't just like shouting stuff at me every 5 seconds, and then on the other hand, like I'm going to school. That's gonna give me less time to do things, but I'm just gonna try to make more what ifs all the time. And yeah, enough said, let's just jump straight into the what if. So last time we left off, Team 7 was just starting to escort Tazna, and yeah, that's where I stopped. So yeah, they were out walking around, just heading over to the land of waves. And since Naruto isn't really smarter due to time warp, he didn't notice the puddle, but it didn't really matter, because when the demon's brother did jump out, he literally just slowed them down, so they just got kind of frozen in the air. And then he sent one of his speed punches towards the demon brothers, and he just destroyed them. He didn't really stand a chance. Anyways, Kakashi just tied them up to a wall. No, not a wall, just a tree, and they kept going on their mission. Anyways, as they were going along, a big mist, a unnaturally thick fog, started coming into the area. And Kakashi just realized this, and afterwards he yelled, "Duck!" And they all ducked, and the sword, the blade, Zabuza's blade, just went flying over their heads, and it got stuck on a tree. Zabuza landed on it and did his whole speech thing. And yeah, Naruto really doesn't care what Zabuza has to say. All he really does is he speeds himself up and dashes towards Zabuza, just punching him straight off the tree. And Zabuza tries to react, but he barely can move his body, because Naruto's actually slowing him down. And Naruto comes in with another one of those super speed punches, and yeah, Zabuza, he doesn't stand a chance. He gets knocked far back, and this is a ultra punch. This is really strong punch plus 10 times speed, so it's really strong. So he gets knocked into that tree, and basically he's in the same position he was at the end of his fight with Kakashi. They're on that tree, and Kakashi's about to be Kakashi's about to kill him, but then Haku comes in with the Senbon, and yeah, so he's yeah, I'm a tracker ninja, and I have to take Zabuza. And yeah, that's how Zabuza escapes. After that, Team 7 basically makes it to the land of waves without any trouble. I mean, they did face off with Zabuza, who is supposed to be the demon of the mist, but he wasn't too much of a problem for somebody like Naruto. And at this point, Naruto is basically One Punch Man. He is basically just one punching all of the people, because his punches are so OP with the speed boost and everything. I mean, he's just too strong. But that's the whole point of the what if. So yeah, Kakashi. So at this point, Kakashi of course realizes that Tazna has been lying about this being a C rank mission. I mean, this was supposed to be an escort mission, but it's more protect the person being assassinated by S rank, bingo book villains. And he's Tazna, you liar, but he doesn't mention it. Anyways, they make it to Tazna's house, And, except for, I don't know, actually nothing. Nothing happens. They just do whatever happens in canon. And, yeah, afterwards, they all are like protecting Tazna, I guess, while he's building the bridge. And then, once again, Mist comes in. You guessed it. It's Zabuza. And also Haku this time. So, Haku comes in and decides to, take care of Naruto with the ice mirrors, while Kakashi fights Zabuza. And this is their, master plan to beat the enemies. So, Naruto is in the ice mirrors, and Haku just starts throwing the Senbon from, all over the place. And, Naruto, now, normally he'd be getting hit with the Senbon over and over again, but this Naruto, he's not that dumb. He just, catches all of the Senbon using his, time abilities, and he just, catches all of them, because, he sees everything in slow motion, so he just, pop, grabs all of them out of there, and then throws them back at Haku, and Haku, he does not see this coming, and, he doesn't get hit, but, he's surprised, so this time he goes, full tryhard mode, sending them, at vital points, and once again, Naruto catches all of them. This time he just collects them, just throws them on the ground, and Haku's just what on earth is going on? These Senbon, there's no way he can catch all of them. And so Naruto's had enough of this, and he tries one of the new moves that he's learned. So he extends his hands out kind of doing a T-pose, but his hands are extended outwards, and he shouts out time reversal, and Haku, so everything around him, the ice mirrors, everything starts going back in time, kind of rewinding a video, and all the ice mirrors disappear. Haku just walks backwards and disappears and goes all the way back to where she started, and Haku has no idea what's going on. She just went backwards in time, and everything she just did is gone. She's just back where she started, and she's how on earth did this happen? So Naruto uses this moment of confusion to his advantage, stopping time and just going in Muda. No, he's not Dio, but I mean, I just want him to do Muda, yet I can't. So I'm just gonna make him do a punch barrage without screaming Muda. And yeah, so Haku just gets punch barraged, and yeah, Haku's kind of defeated now. So yeah, then it's simple from there on. All he does is goes around looking around the mist trying to find Kakashi and Zabuza, and he just does the same thing he did to Zabuza the first time. He just slows Zabuza down while he's right about to attack Kakashi, and Kakashi's just wait, he stopped? And then he looks around and sees Naruto, and he's oh yeah, now I get it. And so he just Chidoris Zabuza, and yeah, Zabuza's dead, and then he also kills Haku, I guess, and they also die. So afterwards, the mist clears and everything, Zabuza and Haku are dead, but now Gato's here, and Gato brought all of his men with him, and yeah, they're ready to attack. And Naruto's well, I know just the thing for this. So what he does is he freezes Gato in place, and he reverses all of his goons in time, and all of the goons just like start moving backwards and like jumping backwards back into the ship they came from, and like the ship starts like moving backwards and just like goes back to like, I don't know, wherever those people came from. And Gato's just like standing there watching all of the people he just brought to fight these guys just disappear. And yeah, so Gato's there all alone now, and well, you know what happens to him. Like, Naruto just like punches him right off and kills him. And yeah, after that, Tazuna finishes the bridge, and they call it the Great Naruto Bridge, just like in the original. So Team 7 was like heading out of the Land of Waves, walking all the way back over to Konoha, when Kakashi kind of like noticed they were being watched. And so he started looking around, and Naruto, like curious to see what Kakashi was doing, asked him what was going on, and he's like, I think we're being watched. And so Naruto stops time and then speeds himself up inside the stop time. So, he stopped time, and he's like just like checking the entire area around them. And unlike Dio, his time stop doesn't have like a limit on it, so he can just time stop as much as he wants. So he could just time stop forever, basically become immortal. He'd be very lonely, but I mean, it would work, I guess. So yeah, he just scans the whole area, and while doing this, he finds something he didn't expect to find. It was a thing with a plant on its head, and it was half black, half white. And Naruto was just like, what on earth is this thing? And yeah, so he goes back to Kakashi and like sums up what he saw. He's like, there's this really weird thing, like gooey, half black, half white. It's like half in the ground, and he seems to be watching this. And so Kakashi's like, where is it? And Naruto points over to it, and Kakashi just like pulls out his Sharingan and starts like running at that direction, throwing some kunais and everything. And Zetsu just disappears, like goes into the ground, and then comes up like from inside the ground, from behind Naruto, Kakashi, Sasuke, and Sakura. So Kakashi's like, what do you want? And Zetsu's like, I don't really want anything. I just have found Naruto quite interesting. He seems to have some special abilities that can warp time. And, Kakashi's like, oh no, who on earth is this guy? He's up to no good. And Naruto, like, he's not dumb. Like, he's kind of dumb because he's not too much smarter than the original, but he's not dumb enough to like he has common sense. And he realizes, like, this person probably is not friendly. So, he just immediately goes in for that, like, speed punch right through Zetsu's face. But it does absolutely nothing to Zetsu. And Naruto's like, why? Why aren't any of my attacks working? And Zetsu's just like, calm down, boy. I won't hurt you. And Naruto's like, then what are you doing? And Zetsu's just like, you could be quite a great addition to our team. And, Naruto, obviously, he does not want to join whatever team this Zetsu guy is talking about. So, Naruto just decides he wants to run. This isn't much like what you would expect from Naruto, since he's so strong, but he knows he can't hurt this guy, and Zetsu's just creeping him out. So he grabs Kakashi and the rest of Team 7 and just stops time, goes like Godspeed, and just like runs all the way back to the village, without encountering Zetsu. Yeah. So Zetsu's just like, so Naruto can teleport himself and others. Interesting. And Zetsu does not know that it's not teleportation, he's stopping time, but it's basically the same thing. So as Naruto's heading back, he drops everybody off around the gates, and as they're doing that, surprise, surprise, they run into more Akatsuki. And I know this isn't exactly corresponding with the original timeline, but this isn't the original timeline. So let's just say that Itachi and Kisame decided to come a bit earlier this time. And so, they're coming into the Leaf Village, and right when they're about to do that whole infiltration thing with the guards, Naruto pops up behind them, and they're like, oh, well, our prey just came right to us, I guess. That makes things a lot easier. And so, Kakashi recognizes him as Itachi, and he's like nobody look into his eyes, and everyone's taking precautions not to get in trouble. So Itachi and Kisame, they take off those hat things they were wearing, and they're ready to fight. So Naruto is he does his speed dash, just punching both of them, and even though they're really strong, none of them are expecting such a fast punch from Naruto, and they both get knocked into the wall, and they're like, interesting. And actually Itachi casts his Tsukuyomi on Naruto so that he could get rid of Naruto first. But Naruto, inside the Tsukuyomi, he can still use his time warp. And you know how the Tsukuyomi lasts even 2 days? He just speeds it up, super speeds it up. And since the stabbing is happening, every single one of those sword stabs that Itachi does is at this rate taking less than a millisecond. On the entire experience for Naruto in the Tsukuyomi, it felt like being tickled for 2 minutes maybe. And yeah, when he got out of the Tsukuyomi, Itachi was tired, and Naruto just fell onto the ground, kind of laughing, and then he calmed down, and Itachi's just what on earth is going on? Because he stabbed him a billion times, and this kid's laughing. Even High Jonin collapse after the Tsukuyomi, and Naruto, who's barely a genin, nothing happens to him. I mean, he is rightfully surprised, but in the confusion, Kakashi starts attacking them, and they're not looking for trouble. So they retreat, and they're losing the battle anyways. Itachi's running out of Mangekyo Sharingan abilities, so they decide that they'd retreat and they'll come back later. So yeah, Naruto and Kakashi make it to the village, and they get all their prizes for the mission they just completed. And yeah, that's basically it. After completing their mission, getting all their rewards and everything, Kakashi tells them to come outside the next day. And so the next day they come for the announcement that Kakashi's gonna make, and Kakashi announces the Chunin exams, and obviously everybody wants to participate. So, they all say okay, and they're all gonna, try to pass the tuning exams. But that is where I'm gonna be leaving this one off. So, yeah, see you guys next time.